I printed out, and I'm happy to share, we've got hundreds of testimonials on our site, and they're not like, hey, I like the product. It's like, my dog now is running again type, like transformative. So I really encourage your audience to look at the reviews, places. But like, I just printed this one out that we just got the other day, and this is from Karen, and she's talking about her Shiloh Shepherd 4-year-old diagnosed, and we do actually a lot with surgery recovery. And I forget that, like TPLO surgeries and other types of recovery from surgeries. She was talking about being diagnosed with lumbosacrum stenosis about 2 months ago. In her pup no longer ran, backs, legs shook when they pooped, no muscle in the hips, paranoid if we took him somewhere because he knew he couldn't protect himself. And I think that that's interesting about dogs. I always think that's so interesting, that their behavior changes based on facts, right? They know, oh, I may not be able to protect myself, so I'm going to change my behavior. That can be an anxiety thing too. But 1 week after starting mobility, I have my boy back. He now runs, jumps, and is playful again. He no longer shakes. He's confident. She goes, I don't know how much to thank you. I have my baby boy back. I tell everybody in my Facebook groups that your product is simply fabulous. And that's just one that we get. I get those at least once a week, if not 2 or 3 times a week. And then another one was Cocker had a CBLO ACL repair with implant in February that didn't heal for 9 months. 9 weeks of physical therapy and underwater walking didn't do anything. It significantly slowed him down. She kind of talks about she couldn't walk for a half a block with pain. I ordered a bag of mobility. Within 2 weeks, he was running the Ice Age Trail again. And I mean running. He looks amazing. We do 3 to 4 miles a day, depending upon how he feels. And that's from a Candy Crosskoff. So we get those all the time, and it's super cool. And it's whether it's like, the vomiting stopped, or the loose stools have improved, or the mobility, or they're more settled in their own skin. We get those all the time, and it's simply because we're getting rid of the inflammation that's keeping the dog from returning to normal. So it's really, really cool to see.
That's so awesome.
There is a placebo effect with our product. You'll know within 15 to 30 days. You don't need it for 90 days. It's like within 15 to 30 days, you will see improvement if our product is going to help solve that problem.
That's so awesome. To the audience there, if you're listening, I've worked with dogs, been through surgeries, like they got hit by a car, and then they went through multiple surgeries, try to recover. And I have clients put the dogs on Winpro product. And I also work with dogs like we call tripods. They only have 3 legs. Yeah. And I can tell you that when they only have 3 legs, they tend to be more fearful, simply because they do know they have physical disabilities. Yep. And when they meet other dogs, there's this energy sent out. I'm not a scientist either, but just by observing and knowing, other dogs will take your dog as prey. They will start bullying your dog. Like in the dog park, or when you take your dog out, you realize, oh my gosh, my dog's fearful, and now my dog maybe even become more aggressive looking towards other dogs. And that's kind of like a nature for them. They don't do that because they want to. They just, as an animal, I guess, they know they're wounded, and they start sending out signals. They're fearful, and the other dog just start kind of bully them and just make the situation worse. Yeah. So make sure your dog get on some Winpro products, and hopefully get them, more of a mentally and emotionally make them feel better, so they can be more confident.
Yeah, isn't that cool though? Like you said, we have the ability to fake it, right?
Exactly.
Like we have the ability to pretend like our leg doesn't hurt, and pretend like we're not scared. But one of the greatest things about dogs is that they are who they are, and they're pure in their intentions. And that's amazing about dogs, and the way they love you, and they allow you to they teach you about how to love.
Yeah, they don't, I don't think dogs lie about themselves, obviously, but they do kind of masking the behaviors. Yeah. They are fearful. A lot of people think their dog's so aggressive. I work with so many of them. That's aggression from fear. It's almost like they're like, I have to kind of show other people, I'm aggressive to protect themselves
Protect
from being
themselves.
attacked. So they're masking that challenge. So it's really our dog owner's responsibility to help your dog.
Yeah.
You know, that's so cool. So